Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the first decan of Taurus, which is 0 to 9.59 degrees. Some people refer to it as 0 to 10 degrees, but it technically ends the first decan of Taurus at 9 degrees 59 minutes of arc because 10 degrees begins the second decan of Taurus. But anyway, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Now, I would say, as far as the Taurus first decan goes, it's this. I would say the stockiest of the Taurus decan. You're getting this double dosage, basically, of Taurus energy. It's more emphasized Taurus energy, I would say, in the appearance and as far as characteristics and traits go. Um, I would say about average height generally, with this Taurus decan middle stature. And a person that has this can be, and I would say, the hair can be exceptionally dark on average between 0 to 9.59 degrees of Taurus. Now, the nature and demeanor can be very persistent, patient, persevering, trustworthy, materialistic, and possessive, and obstinate as well. And keep in mind that the sun, is the fundamental basic character of the person, the moon, the unconscious side, and the ascendant is the outer demeanor, that side of where the qualities are projected easily and very naturally. And this can be, you're talking about Venus as the ruler and also the sub-ruler of this decan, could also be referred to as a decadent as well. Decan and decadent, same thing, just one's a synonym for the other. But anyway, um, the thing about this too is now this could be, more, stable, stolid, unwavering, intransigent energy in contrast to the other two Taurus decans. The appearance can be attractive as well, given that you have Venus, the planet of beauty, being the ruler and sub-ruler of this decan. And the thing is, this is not a type that would be exceptionally, adaptable. Um, Unless you have contraindicators in the chart, modifying influences, like say if you have preponderance of major astrological energy in mutable signs and or a mutable ascendant, as some examples. And the thing about this is the person that has this decan of Taurus can be extremely loyal and steadfast in their relationships. They may be extremely enamored with pleasure and fun, and may really enjoy indulging, just in whether it's pleasure, sensual matters, just general enjoyment. Another thing too is this person, may be one that be into more actively try to get involved in like those get rich quick schemes, and be careful of this because negatively manifested this this decan, the interval of Taurus, may incline toward more greed and avarice than the other two decans. I don't know if you remember the guy that had the was it Bernie Madoff, who had that Ponzi scheme. If I'm not mistaken, he had his Taurus sun between 0 and 9.59 degrees. I think it was like 8 or 9 degrees, but you got to check and look that up. But anyway, um, another thing too, this is a person that might abhor and have an anathema to ambivalence and indecision, because being the Taurus first decan, of course, Taurus is a fixed sign, very immutable sign, and you have it in the first decan, and it's obviously very, even though the person may be plotting in times and decisions, it's still very fixed in what they believe, as far as decisions go, when the mind is made up on something. And this could be, I would say, the most sensual of the three Taurus decans as well. The person may incline toward a strong, artistic endeavors, whether it could be drawing, painting, sculpting, abstract art, animated art, whatever it might be. This could be a very artistic type degree, as far as decan or decadent for Taurus. Uh, the thing is, when you look at this as well, I would say too, there's more of a stronger, enjoyment, of life in general, or love, I should say. There's a stronger enjoyment of love with this Decan of Taurus, and there can be very tremendous powers of concentration. This person likely allows very little extraneous things to get in the way, in terms of whatever he or she is focusing on. Now, again, we go to there's possible contraindicators or modifying influences in the chart. You got to look at that as well. Somebody that has this Decan of Taurus, but say they have a Gemini ascendant, might be a little bit more distracted, more restless, and get bored easily, not than the typical Taurus first Decan person, or even like say a preponderance of cardinal signs, or say somebody has this Decan but has Aries prominent in the chart. The person may not always finish everything they start, but this in general, this Decan can be have very strong powers of concentration and persistence, and generally won't allow things of an extraneous nature, external nature, to impact whatever it is they're doing. And again, this is the most fixed of the Taurus Decans, because the other Taurus Decans, the other one has the Virgo influence, immutable sign, and then the third Decan is Capricorn, which is a cardinal sign, and this one is solely Taurus. So this is definitely the most fixed of and determined of three Taurus Decans, and I would say also most endurance, the persistence, the staying power with things are more with this Taurus Decan in contrast to the other two Taurus Decans. And it's a very, it could be acquisitive type of, Decan or decadent, whatever, whichever one you want to call it. And there is, could be a very strong need for making money, and the person may have very good financial acumen. To say, I mean, if you have, like, say, Taurus Mercury as well, you can have the mind can really be motivated toward generating income as well, and have a mind for making money, be very astute, in doing so. And but negative side, of course, it can be a very obstinate, willful, Decan, but there can be strong success, in the arts. Actor Tony Danza has an early Taurus degree, like 0 or 1 degrees, I believe it is, of Taurus, and he obviously flourished in acting. Some of you may remember him on down the sitcom Taxi and Who's the Boss. This is a good, very good Decan, I would say, again, for success in the arts, whether it's actually being an artist or doing something as an actor or an actress. The person may very well thrive and flourish in those positions. And it just but the thing about this is it's also a degree that Decan or decadent, where a person has to guard against just looking at their own view, and not being oblivious to what other people may believe. And it can be very stolid, just very placid, calm, energy when you have this Taurus Decan in your chart. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.